Hey y'all, Mr. Tim's here. So this is a follow-up on my 1440 wood lathe from Frieght. Central Machinery made it, and so you know, after using it as a beginner's lathe, taking a few classes, getting some wood under my belt, I upgraded to the chuck, as you can see here, and I've got that on a couple other videos, and I upgraded an adapter for that too. But the really thing that really would make me upgrade this to a different lathe right now, it's not the precision of it, but it's this. And it's not even the tailstock, but it's a tool rest. It requires, you can see there's a bolt down here. It requires this tool to come under here every time you want to move this and tighten and loosen it, and you know, get this thing moved into position. It wants to hang up on the bolt, you know, move it around. I've got to, every time I need to move it for a project, I'm having to undo that, and that's just, you know, working with lathes in my classes that I've taken, and seeing other people's lathes. The really nice just cranking that handle over. Another thing I do not like is how once you get to this point in here, let's say you needed to get this on in here and have it just right here. For some reason it needs to be right here. This will not allow you to go down because it is now hitting the frame. That's just another little, and if you pull it out just a bit, it'll drop. Watch. So, you know, now it has all the clearance in the world you want. Just another little aggravation. You know, I might be just super picky at this point. I'm going to live with it a little while because, you know, I've put money into this system. But just something to consider with this lathe. Now, is it stopping me from turning? No, it's not stopping me from turning. You know, I'm just having to do a lot more work than on the nicer lathes. But, you know, this lathe is a lot less money. So, you know, another thing with the tailstock, every time you need to move the tailstock, it's the same thing. That's a little less aggravating because I'm not moving this as much. I'm moving this while I'm working, you know. Especially on a bowl, I want to angle it in this way. I want to turn it back this way for a minute, you know, keep it straight. You know, that's really, I think that's the biggest downfall of the lathe. Other than that, and the sander, I really like it. Really, I'll show you. It's smooth. It seems to be balanced. I haven't had any problem. When I had 2 points on here, I brought the tailstock up to here. It seemed to line up good. I don't like the way you have to change the belts. There's not much changing a belt without, you've got to undo these screws and loosen your motor and bring it up before you can change the speed on it. That takes a little bit longer than a lot of others. A lot of others you can just take this and bump it over, but these grooves are so big. Another thing I will tell you, if you're having a problem with it slowing down, there's screws, and it happens to be right behind here. There's screws that slipped, and if they're not on the flat part of this bar back here, it'll slip. I had that happen, I think, up here on the top, and so I was getting a lot of slippage. Didn't realize that for first while ago. I was first getting started, but you know, other than that, it's a good machine. Other than this is really creature feature, I guess. Although it could be a problem if you're getting into a big piece and you do need the tool rest way over there, and you can't get any lower down than this. So, you know, anyway, if you got any questions or comments or tips for me to improve, you know, on this lathe, give me a shout. Thanks for watching, y'all.